The original House of Blues opened its doors in Harvard Square on November 26, 1992. Co-founders Isaac Tigert and comedian actor Dan Aykroyd mixed live music with folk art and Delta-inspired cuisine. The Cambridge House lasted 11 years before closing its doors in the fall of 2003. Fast forward to 2009, the House of Blues reopened on Lansdowne Street in the shadows of historic Fenway Park. Today, the House of Blues Boston attracts some of the top recording acts in the world. Tonight, Dirty Water TV, along with Crossroads Presents, Live Nation, and Jack Fire, takes you inside this legendary venue before the James Taylor Bonnie Raitt concert at Fenway.
Stay tuned and get ready to rock. The Dirty Water TV Music Series presented by Jack Fire starts now.
Love that Dirty Water TV.
This is Ken Casey.
I'm Huey Lewis.
This is Steven Tyler. James Montgomery.
Hey, I'm Grace Potter.
I'm Darius Rucker.
I'm Susan Tedeschi, and I love that Dirty Water TV.
I love that Dirty Water TV.
Hey everyone, welcome to the Dirty Water TV Music Series. I'm Kevin Flight.
And I'm Erica Kilduff. We're coming to you from the House of Blues across the street from Fenway Park. Very exciting stuff tonight.
Yeah, and of course, our music series, we got to say a big thank you to our sponsors. Number one, of course, Jack Daniel's Tennessee Fire. Ooh.
He was just dying to do that. We also have other sponsors that don't provide us alcohol.
Or wristbands.
But we'd like to say thank you to Live Nation and Crossroads Presents as well.
Hey, very special night for everyone at home. You know, we've taken you inside the House of Blues. Now we're taking you outside to this beautiful patio overlooking Fenway Park, the mecca for baseball. But tonight, it's a concert venue.
It is a concert venue. Very intimate in there. Bonnie Raitt, James Taylor. I think if you can actually put your head up to the TV, you might be able to hear them right now.
Yeah, definitely. So try and do that. But first, you gotta say, it's a loaded show inside the ballpark tonight, but that doesn't mean we don't have a loaded show for you here. A lot on tap this evening. Jay Anderson introduces us to emo pop punk indie rock band Modern Baseball. Very fitting.
Jay Anderson will also be by for a look at the House of Blues Foundation Room.
Our newest reporter, Nikki DiGiulio, has a sit-down interview with members of Desaparecidos before their recent show at the Paradise Rock Club.
But first, Jay Anderson caught up with Modern Baseball while they played the House of Blues in Boston.
And that's tonight's big ticket brought to you by Higgs Tickets. Jay, what's happening?
Thanks, guys. Jay Anderson here, coming to you from the Foundation Room at House of Blues Boston. I am here with exactly one half of Modern Baseball, Brendan and Sean. Guys, thanks for taking the time.
Of course.
So the last time you were in town, Paradise, right? Sold it out. Yeah. Here tonight was Say Anything. Now that you're playing the bigger rooms, what are the rock star indulgences? What's your rider looking like these days?
Our rider is pretty much the same as it's always been, yeah. A case of cheap beer. We like Jameson.
Jameson, yeah.
We love fruit platters a lot. We like cheese platters, and that's it.
Yeah. No orange M&Ms or anything like that, no?
It's funny, like, we say on a rider, case of cheap beer.
Yeah.
We leave it up to the venue's discretion, and it's like, it's PBR every night. But
every single night it's always PBR?
Almost.
PBR here is, like, expensive.
Really?
Yeah. It's what the kids are drinking, so the price goes up. Speaking of the beginning of the band, Brendan, it was you and Jake, I believe, who first got together. So talk us through sort of how everything came to be.
We were just in a small town that really loved pop punk and metalcore, and we were more into like the poppier, indie side of that. Bands like Say Anything, Emotion C Soundtrack, Dashboard Confessional. But yeah, we just wanted to start something new and different. And once we moved to Philly, it kind of just sped up. We had an EP released, and we met Sean and Ian, and from there it kind of took off. And here we are, members only.
They saw the sign, so they almost didn't get let in. Was there any point during this whole iteration of you guys getting together when you were playing and you thought, you know what, we might actually have a shot at this. We might be able to do this for a living?
For me, at least for like in Philadelphia, we played 2 basement shows back to back, maybe 5 minutes away from each other, and both were really, really packed out. And that's when I remember thinking, oh, maybe we could leave Philly. Maybe this will be okay.
That was the first step.
Yeah.
We just did a hometown show at the TLA in Philadelphia. And it was our first big headliner in Philadelphia, and sold out, and we had like 50 people backstage.
Yeah.
And
How'd your guest list look?
It was heavy.
it was a
We've
joke.
always been that kind of band too.
Yeah.
So.
Never knew you had so many best friends.
I know.
But that was just such a good time, and that was just kind of like surreal.
Yeah.
I guess I would be remiss, since we are across the street from Fenway Park, if we didn't talk about the band name and where it came from.
The band name came from because Jake's, like our practice space, which was also Jake's bedroom, / Mr. Ewald, Jake's father's office. His dad had a ton of like sports books because he was a phys ed teacher at one point, and one of the books was called Modern Baseball Techniques because as like a team sport thing, they would do like just like wiffle ball. And he bought that, and yeah, we just cut techniques. We always told people that we couldn't spell techniques.
Technicues.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's where the name comes from.
Awesome. And then, of course, your debut record, Sports.
Yeah.
Being it was your first record, and you guys were pretty young when it was coming, when it was all coming together. What was it like, and what were the sort of the writing process there coming into your debut record?
It was definitely less hectic than we expected it to be. Well, not the recording process, but the writing process. Jake and I just were writing for a really long time at this point and not recording anything. And we had about 20 songs, and we chose the best 12 and went into the studio and recorded them. We were like the studio at Drexel University during finals week and recorded them from like 9 p.m. until like 8 in the morning for about a month, 3 weeks. And it was the worst experience of my life.
How'd you do on your finals, though?
Pretty good.
Obviously, that record was very well received. You got a ton of gigs out it. But I think You're Gonna Miss It All sort of put you guys really on the map and took you to the next level. I can't help but think with the album title, was there a little bit of a trepidation about the sophomore slump, or did that come from somewhere else?
I brought up the album title to make fun of Jake. Because, yeah, it's actually a joke on Jake.
Friends like these, huh?
Yeah, we were watching the fireworks one night, and it was like one of our first times living in our house in Philly when all of us lived there together. And we were watching the fireworks at the art museum, and the finale's about to happen, and Jake goes, all right, I'm going to go blow my nose. And then everyone's like, you're going to miss it all. And I was like, oh, gosh.
Everybody seems to try to lump you into a genre. And it's almost like they're making up terms by the end of it. It's, I've heard pop, punk, indie, emo, indie, core, punk, and it's, are there any of those, I guess, two-part question, that you just absolutely can't stand? And then how would you yourselves describe the band and the music?
We definitely have shined away from the pop punk thing. That scene's been so welcoming to us. So Christian Holden of The Hotelier called us anti-pop, and I was always like, that's kind of cool.
See, that belongs on a T-shirt somewhere. Yeah. There you go. And that one would be like $17, not $15.
Yeah. I think the case is, pop punk or emo or anything that starts getting used immediately starts becoming a joke.
Yeah.
So much that the bands who are lumped into that make T-shirts making fun of that, making fun of themselves. So the only way to have a cool one is to make up something like that.
Yeah.
It's a vicious cycle like that,
Yeah.
isn't it? It always is.
There's no such thing as rock anymore. It's
Yeah.
unfortunate.
We're just trying to be a rock band.
You came to town, you played the Paradise with Bayside. Less than a year later, you're selling the place out by yourself. You're here tonight with Say Anything. I imagine it's not going to be much longer before you're selling out House of Blues. The question is, how much longer until you get across the street and are selling out Fenway?
I'm waiting for that Dropkick Murphys tour.
Yeah?
Saying it right here. I want it.
Ken Casey, if you're watching, which I know
Ken.
he is, because Ken
He's
loves
on my
messing.
guest list.
Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
So Albar, we got Scruffy, we got everyone.
Yeah, that's probably my favorite part of all the text messages, the group text today about guest list. Reading all those, I was like, great way to wake up.
Boston's been the most incredible timeline city for us. Was first with upstairs of
Middle East,
and then down.
And the upstairs, that's what, 60 people in the room tops,
Yeah.
soaking wet on a humid day, and
500
that's
at the bar.
Yeah, and we played there for the first time. We were like, this is incredible. People know our songs in Boston, and then just kind of every single time we come back, it's better and better.
Yeah.
Well, thanks so much, guys, for taking the time. Have an awesome show tonight. Look forward to seeing you back. Everybody at home, head on over to modernbaseballpa.com for all the latest. Next time they're on the road, for God's sakes, buy a $15 T-shirt. They're going to need a lot of them. And whatever you do, don't say anything around Brendan because it's going to be their next album title. So anyway, guys, back to you.
That's tonight's Big Ticket, brought to you by Higgs Tickets. Here's what else is going on around town.
Up next, Nikki DiGiulio introduces you to Desaparecidos.
And later, we'll turn up the heat with Jack Fire. That's when Dirty Water TV returns.
Hey guys, Boston comedian Dave Russo here, and if you love that Dirty Water TV, why don't you come out and see me live? Check out my site for upcoming tour dates at a venue near you. You.
Welcome back to the Dirty Water TV Music Series. I'm Erica Kilda.
And I'm Kevin Flight here at the House of Blues, overlooking Fenway Park, where James Taylor and Bonnie Raitt are just killing it tonight.
And I hear a little birdie told me that they performed together at some point. Yes. We'll have to keep an eye out for that.
All right, definitely. But hey, our show must go on here first. So we're going to kick things off in this block with Nikki DiGiulio, who's over at the Paradise with Desaparecidos. Nikki, what's happening?
Thanks, guys. I'm Nikki DiGiulio. I'm here at the Paradise Rock Club, and I am sitting here with Matt Baum from the band
I want to hear you say it. Go for it.
Desaparecidos.
That's really good. Desaparecidos.
Okay, close.
From
I
the
practiced
Spanish
it
desapar.
many a times.
Yeah.
I'm fairly certain I was going to mess it up.
We were just on Seth Meyers not too long ago, and he had a guy following him around going Desaparecidos, and he would go Desaparecidos, and he'd go Desaparecidos.
Here to perform the song City on the Hill, please welcome Desaparecidos.
And then Seth goes Desaparecidos, and he goes, don't do the accent. Don't do the accent. It was great.
Funny enough, because if you were with me about 2 hours ago, I was sitting at my desk just going, Desaparecidos, Desaparecidos, Desaparecidos.
We wanted to make it as hard to spell and say as humanly possible.
Fair enough.
So once you get it, you're in the club.
Very good job.
And you can correct other people and be like, no.
So welcome to Boston.
Thank you.
So your first album, Read Music, Speak Spanish.
Yes.
2002 that came out.
Well, yeah, I'll take your word for it, but yeah, that sounds right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Most recent album, Paola.
Yes.
In June.
June, the 26th, I believe.
13 years.
Well, we work slow. You know, I mean, you want to get it right. I mean, it's just real life got in the way. I mean, Connor's another project he's very busy with and he's done very well with, and he wanted to play with real musicians for a while, and I totally get that. He's been sweet enough to slum it with us again, and it was just, we were all still in bands and doing things. We just hadn't done this, and a few years back, there was some people that tried to pass a ridiculously racist show me your papers type law modeled after what was going on in Arizona. They tried to pass it in Fremont, Nebraska. We wanted to say something about it, and let's put the rock band back together and scream about this.
This law is not acceptable. We're here to say this in Nebraska. This law is not acceptable.
And we raised some money with the ACLU and got the law struck down, so screw you, racists.
Was everybody, when you sort of decided to come back, was everybody on board? Did it take anybody a little push to come back?
I said no. I'm a chef, and I was working in restaurants and whatnot, which also pays really well, let me tell you. Then we just sort of kicked it around some more, and people were so excited about the initial show that it just seemed like we didn't have a choice. And we started, all right, we'll practice a little bit, and then it was like, I got an idea for a couple songs, and then all of a sudden we had 7, and then 10, and then 16 songs.
Just sort of grew from there. So listening to the songs on not only this most recent album, but the last one, they're very politically driven. You're really trying to get a message across. Can you sort of pinpoint a particular band or artist who made you feel like live music is the way to go?
I think like some of the ones that really nailed me, I remember there was like a Chicago scene that we got hit with a lot. The Jesus Lizard was one of those bands from Chicago that I just absolutely adored. The Bosstones from Boston would come through every once in a while, you know, always a great time. But I just always knew I wanted to play music. I'm too short to play bass because I look ridiculous. Guitar, I look kind of silly too, so I sat behind the drums and this feels natural, you know.
I mean, the drums is probably the most badass position in a band, in my opinion.
Okay.
So
I would argue is also the position where you can guarantee that the person there has like serious mental issues. You know,
I mean,
right?
yeah. This tour selling very well.
Yeah. One of the things that people don't really know about touring is that like it seems like you don't do anything all day. Right? We just roll up and we go to the zoo and we party and we have margaritas and whatever. No, it's like, first of all, we're so exhausted from the night before that we wake up at like noon. You crawl out of bed, you beat the hell out of yourself. I'm 40 years old, so I'm not young and spry, and I don't have the benefit of hard drugs to help me out anymore. So I'm sore, and I'm tired. And so I have to prepare, you know, like mentally and physically. So, yeah, we love it. Like, it's the end of the day every day. You get to get up and have this huge party.
Yeah.
And scream and yell and sweat 5 pounds out. Just freak out with a bunch of kids, and I can't think of a better way to end the day.
What can we expect next? Do you think you'll keep recording?
You know, I don't know, honestly. I mean, again, Connor has a whole nother life. We all have whole other lives. We've agreed that we were going to ride out this album cycle and just sort of see what happens. And if there's more, there's more. And it might take 13 more years.
Well, we want to thank you so very much for your time.
This was great. Thank you.
And we were so excited for the show tonight.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see you.
You guys all got tickets, right? You're good? Good?
Certainly do.
Okay.
Certainly do.
We don't give any away. There's a couple of perverts at the door right now showing me that. Look at these. That's our crew.
Good looking crew you got there.
Good guys.
Well, thank you again, and it was a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah. Very nice to meet you, too.
Up next, we'll go inside the Foundation Room.
And later, we'll feel the heat from the hottest new offering from Jack Daniels, the all-new Jack Fire. That's when Dirty Water TV returns from the House of Blues. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Dirty Water TV Music Series. I'm Kevin Flight.
And I'm Erica Kilduff. We are live from the House of Blues. Just overlooking over here, we're looking at Fenway Park, Bonnie Raitt, James Taylor. Awesome night down here.
Exactly, we're enjoying music and we're enjoying Jack Fire, our wonderful sponsor who loves to pour shots every time we do a show. I love it.
He does love it, as you can tell. But there's a lot of other things in this show, and we want to kick it over to Jay Anderson, who sat down with Nikki, who's going to tell us how we can become a Foundation Room member.
Thanks, guys. Jay Anderson here, and I'm coming to you from the place to be before any show, any Red Sox game, the House of Blues Boston Foundation Room. Now, we here at Dirty Water TV have used this room quite a bit over the years. I don't know if you've noticed, 90% of the time we are right here. So this evening you're in luck. We're going to pull back the curtain a little bit. I am lucky enough to be here with Nikki DiGiulio, who is the Foundation Room Concierge and Renewal Manager Extraordinaire. So just tell us a little bit about the Foundation Room and its concept.
The Foundation Room is our VIP space here at the House of Blues. It is basically a place for our big music fans to party like rock stars. The decor is like nothing you have ever seen in any place in Boston. Everything from our folk art to our private dining rooms, our fireplace, our beautiful lounge. And it's a way for fans to experience the House of Blues hospitality.
So how do you go about doing so if you want to become a member, if you want access to the room?
Sure. So there are annual memberships that you can purchase. There are 6 levels. They start from an individual bronze and go all the way up to our corporate gold. And with those come an assortment of benefits, not only here in the Foundation Room, but around the city at other venues, and also, of course, our main music hall, which is where all the big, amazing shows happen.
Of course, number one question I'm sure you get, access to concert tickets. The next time Sam Smith's in town or Adele, if I'm a member, do I get access to those tickets?
Certainly do, and that is one of the major, most important benefits of becoming a member. Not only do you get pre-sale announcements, so you find out the second these shows get announced, you get pre-sale access, so you can actually purchase the tickets before they go on sale to the general public. So you know you have them, you're in the show.
If I'm a member, where do I get to watch the show from?
The main music hall does have 3 floors. We do have a private member section on the 2nd floor, and it looks right over onto the stage. It is the best place in the house that you can watch it from. You don't have to worry about the crowd. You don't have to worry about finding your way. It's spot on.
Well, Nikki, you're very busy. We have a show here tonight, so thank you so much for taking the time.
Thank you.
You here at home, you want more information on the Foundation Room, head on over to houseofblues.com/Boston. There's a Foundation Room tab, all the information you need, hours, menus, and contact information. Guys, back to you.
Up next, it's time to toast the fiery taste of Jack Fire. That's when Dirty Water TV returns.
We're the Jack Fire Girls, and we love that Dirty Water TV.
Hey, do you wish you could be at Fenway Park watching the Red Sox from the Green Monster? Find mass money, and you can. Find out if you're on a list of people waiting to claim their share of over $2 billion in unclaimed property. That's what I call a home run. Visit findmassmoney.com or call 1-888-344-MASS. Call 1-888-344-MASS and find your Mass Money today.
Welcome back to the Dirty Water TV Music Series. I'm Erica Kilduff.
And I'm Kevin Flight. Now, have you heard us touting the fiery taste of Jack Daniels the entire evening? Now you don't need to just listen to us about it. You get to listen to the Jack Fire girls all about it. So, I mean, I got to ask, what makes this the most superior cinnamon whiskey on the market right now?
Unlike other cinnamon whiskey, which uses artificial cinnamon and vanilla liqueur, we use natural, which gives it the smooth, going down feeling, which is awesome, and just as fiery.
I like it. So who would you say is your target market for this? Is it me? Is it Kevin? Is it somewhere in between?
I feel like it's everyone, right? Come on.
Is it everyone?
Jack Daniels is a classic. So we are trying to have a target market of everyone who's, you know, young, in college, someone who's older. You know, it's a classic. You can't go wrong with Jack Daniels. And with the fire, it's just got that extra spice in it that makes it that much better.
Good. I'll tell you what, I think we should try it and then maybe work our way into the ballpark for James Taylor. So I'll tell you what, we're going to leave you guys all right now, but not before we thank everyone. Of course, Jack Fire and the Jack Fire girls.
Of course, thank you, especially, but also to our friends at Live Nation and Crossroads Presents.
Yeah, and of course, everyone out here providing us with a wonderful scene with the Red Sox and Fenway Park and James Taylor, Bonnie Raitt. We could not have done this show without you.
So many thank yous. Yeah. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, exactly. So, hey, being long-winded, let's wrap this thing up. But remind you all, Boston, that the weekend may be over,
but the party never ends.
On Dirty Water TV. We'll catch you all next time.
Misty greens and blues for others as you want to let me go down my